Imagine this. You walk into a village. The fires are still burning. Meals are left half-eaten. Doors hang open, but every single person is gone, vanished without a trace. No screams, no struggle, just silence. Entire communities here one day and gone the next. How could this happen? Was it a natural disaster? A mass migration? Or something far more mysterious? Today we explore one of history's strangest enigmas: villages that disappeared without explanation. One of the most chilling accounts comes from northern Canada, in the icy wilderness of Nunavut. The year was 1930, and a fur trapper named Joe LaBelle made a shocking discovery. LaBelle had often visited the remote Inuit settlement of Unsolved Village. It was a thriving community with families, hunters, and traditions stretching back generations. But when LaBelle arrived that winter day, something was terribly wrong. The village was silent. The dogs that usually greeted him were nowhere to be seen. Houses were abandoned. Fires had burned out. Pots of stew were still on the fire, untouched, as if the people had simply vanished in the middle of dinner. LaBelle searched every dwelling. No bodies, no footprints leading away, no signs of struggle. The villagers had vanished into thin air. When the Royal Canadian Mounted Police investigated, they too were baffled. Some reports even claimed that the village's sled dogs were found dead, starved, still tied to their posts. Others said graves had been mysteriously dug up. To this day, no one can confirm what truly happened at Unsolved. But Unsolved was not the first disappearing village. Centuries earlier, one of the earliest English colonies in America faced the same fate. In 1587, a group of settlers landed on Roanoke Island, off the coast of present-day North Carolina. They built homes, planted crops, and prepared for a new life. But when supply ships returned 3 years later, the colony was deserted. Over 100 men, women, and children were gone. Their homes stood empty, overgrown by wilderness. The only clue was a single word carved into a wooden post: Croatoan. Historians have debated its meaning for centuries. Did the settlers join nearby Native American tribes? Did they perish from starvation, disease, or conflict? Or does the word point to something even stranger? The mystery of Roanoke has inspired books, television shows, and endless speculation. Yet after more than 400 years, the fate of the lost colony remains unsolved. What makes these vanishings so terrifying are the details left behind. At Unsolved, pots of food still cooking. At Roanoke, crops half-tended. In other cases, laundry hanging on the line, doors left open, personal belongings untouched. No signs of panic, no evidence of an enemy attack. It is as if the people simply stepped outside and never returned. Some researchers believe these signs suggest sudden, immediate evacuation, but others claim it looks more like mass abduction, something unnatural that snatched entire groups away. So what really happened to these vanished communities? There are many theories. The simplest explanations involve natural disasters. A sudden storm, famine, or disease outbreak could have forced the people to flee or wipe them out completely. In places like Unsolved, blizzards and sub-zero temperatures could quickly bury evidence of escape. But others point to supernatural forces. Some legends say spirits of the land claim the villagers. In Inuit folklore, Shape-shifting entities are said to lure people away into another realm. At Roanoke, whispers of curses or otherworldly intervention still linger. And then, of course, there is the alien theory. Some believe that entire communities were taken by extraterrestrial beings. The lack of struggle, the clean vanishings, the eerie silence, it fits the pattern many UFO enthusiasts describe. Finally, there are whispers of government secrets, experiments, relocations, cover-ups. Could these vanishings have been erased from history intentionally? When you look at history, these disappearances are not isolated. Villages in Europe, Asia, and Africa tell similar tales. Communities abandoned overnight, sometimes without reason. Ghost towns in America, deserted mining settlements, even ancient cities like Cahokia or Teotihuacan raise the same question. What force is powerful enough to wipe away entire populations? Modern historians and scientists have tried to solve these puzzles. Archaeology reveals droughts, famines, and wars behind many abandoned settlements. Yet in certain cases, like Roanoke, like Anjikuni, the evidence just doesn't add up. Too sudden, too clean, too unexplained. Even with modern tools, these mysteries remain unsolved. Disappearing villages have fascinated storytellers for centuries. They've inspired horror films, novels, and television series. From American Horror Story to documentaries, these tales remind us of a deep human fear, the unknown. The idea that one day, without warning, everything could simply vanish. The mystery of vanished villages leaves us with more questions than answers. Were they victims of nature? Did they walk willingly into another world? Or were they taken by forces we cannot yet understand? What do you think happened to these lost communities? Share your theories in the comments. And if you enjoyed this mystery, stay tuned, because the world is full of hidden stories waiting to be unlocked.